What's up? It's your captain here. Today we're doing a little something different. We're gonna do a review. We're gonna do a review of the good old-fashioned Kaabo Mantis Pro. Now I've had this baby since October, and we're in January, so just a few months. Just over 1,300 miles. You know, I could go through the specs and everything that everybody else already knows. You know, it's got dual motors, 1,000 watts of pop, full hydraulic brakes. What is this, the 24 milliamp hour battery? You already know all this stuff. I'm going to go through and tell you everything that pertains to mine and what I've done and whatnot. So here goes nothing, I guess. So like I said, I got 1,300 miles on it. I usually take this baby out every day. Let's see, let's start with the clamp. I just got done replacing the clamp pieces. Unfortunately, I ended up wrecking this bad boy. Not too bad though. I hit some gravel and some soft dirt about 30 plus miles an hour. I have that on a video. You can go check that out. So I ended up replacing those because I bent the crap out of them. Here, I'll show you. They're right over here. So, as you can see, it's got the slightest bend to it, and it scared the crap out of me. So I placed them. Those bolts and nuts over there were all grade 8, so they're very strong. Here's all my little accessories and pieces and parts that I use on a fairly daily basis. Again, replace that. I got my AirPods Pro. You got to have some tunes. When you feel like sharing your tunes with everybody, I got myself the JBL clip. Amazing little guy there. There's my cell mount. For whatever reason, I took it off. I ended up going minimalist. When I first got it, I got a little overboard, and so I bought one of these extender bars for it. I put that on it, got the light for it. Unfortunately, this is the one through Fluid Freeride itself. It doesn't fit very well on the extender bars or on the handlebars itself. So, I don't know. I love the light, it just doesn't fit right, so I'm going to see what I can do to modify it to get it to fit. I did try it on the stem itself. You know, you put it on so far down, and it still just vibrates around a lot, and it seems to adjust itself, and I don't want it to adjust itself. Let's see here. These are my safety glasses. As you can tell, I've got an eye patch, and so the wife, she wants me to come home with my other eye still, so I wear safety glasses instead of goggles. I don't know why. I'll look into some goggles. This is just what I had, so that's what I use. There's my chesty mount for the GoPro. There's my 2 sets of gloves. I got my summer gloves and my winter gloves, though I always wear my summer gloves just because it doesn't get that cold around here, though I do bundle up quite a bit. It gets cold enough for me, but they also work very well on touch screen, so I could use them on my phone or my GoPro and have no problems. Some waterproof Gorilla Tape. It's all over on that scooter. I do my own brakes. I buy the cheap sets. Let's see, this was a 4-pack for like 10 to 12 bucks on Amazon. I take a file, shave down roughly about the paint on both sides, and they fit perfect. So 2 sets of brakes, front and back, so four pairs of brakes, 4 brakes pads for 10 bucks, as opposed to it's either 30 or 40 through Fluid Freeride. But again, through Fluid Freeride, they fit. Those are perfect fitting brakes. These are not. I have to modify. I'm just cheap. I got my tire pressure gauge. I couldn't think for a second. That's the first thing I do before I leave the house. I check my tires. I check my brakes. Just those. Make sure everything's working right. So that's all my little goodies, and then my little bag of goodies that I bring it all up here with. Unfortunately, due to pandemic, the park up here, about a half-mile hike, so I didn't bring all my riding gear, which, you know, just get what pertains to you. You know, what makes you feel safe. The first thing I did is I ran out and went to a motorcycle shop and bought a bunch of gear that way, and I don't think it was 100% necessary, though I am safe. Let's see here. I gotta, you know, you gotta have a mirror. You gotta be able to see behind you, see what's going on. How we doing, guys? See me? Got my bell. Yeah, there's not a whole lot on here that you don't already know. Stem issues. Everyone talks about the stem issues on the Mantis Pros. Those have already been nullified to my knowledge. The only reason why I have stem issues is because, again, I hit a berm at about 30 plus miles an hour. Front wheel first, flipped right up and over the handlebars. I didn't bring the parts with me. I wish I would have. I might post them up later on or something. Anyways, the mechanism for the folding here, and it's got a little hump that comes up, and you got a bolt that goes through, so it connects to your stem to the folding mechanism. I snapped that bolt, not the stem bolt, but I snapped the pass-through bolt. So I tried to get another one of those. Unfortunately, that wasn't something I was able to get through Fluid Free Ride. They did send me 2 sets of the stem bolt assembly here to replace. Unfortunately, that's not required. I don't need it. And so I guess I got spare parts. What I am going to do, though, is eventually replace the coupler to get the 3-spot one so that I can put one more bolt in here. It's not going nowhere. I replaced the bolt, the pass-through bolt, with a grade 8, similar to this, stainless. And I just kind of chopped the threads off, chopped the head off, and it's just a pin, basically, that goes through there, but it won't snap. It's not going anywhere. There's just a little bit of wobble in there, and it's because of that, not fitting properly. And in the process of doing so there's my Gorilla Glue tape. When I did so, I snapped this piece. I just taped it all back up. It works fine. There's no issues on the inside. Nothing's leaking water. Another weird thing to it, when I did so, for whatever reason, this particular light here, 1 minute it's on, 1 minute it's not. I've torn through, gone through, I don't know what wiring issues that I might have caused. Everything else works fine. If I have a light that doesn't work sometimes, I don't care. My tubes, I also get these off of Amazon. They unfortunately come straight out, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. You just kind of gonna lift it up, and then you can add your nozzle to put your air in or check your tires. But the reason why I went that route was, as everybody knows, over the summer, it's just hard to find anything you needed, especially through Fluid Free Ride. Not any fault of their own. You know, it's a pandemic. It's a pain in the ass. So these are also, they're 10 bucks for the set of 2 tubes on Amazon. And if that's the only thing, I got to wiggle this thing around so I can get a nozzle on it, I'll take it, because otherwise they were 40 bucks for, no, 30 or 40, I can't remember, for the set of tubes through Fluid Free Ride, and I'd rather save me some cash because I'm cheap and do it this route. Got the knobbies. I don't personally notice a difference between the two, the street and the knobbies, except for the sound. These, I love the way the knobbies sound on the pavement. So that's why I'm still rolling them. I do have another set of the street ones, so once these go down, I'll put those back on. It's nice and dirty and filthy in there, unfortunately, because for whatever reason, and when the first time I changed my tires, I never did put this fender back on, so it filled up in there. So I'm gonna have to go through and clean this thing up one of these days. As you can tell, I got tired of the rubber mat constantly flapping up. So what I did was I pulled that piece off, and then you can't really see it, but there's a little bit of a lift or a ridge on the 2 slides here. And all I did was, when I peeled off that rubber, I replaced the tape that was on there with that Gorilla tape, waterproof. You can't go wrong with waterproofing. And that's about all I've done really to this thing. I mean, it's you don't really need to do a whole lot. You like anything else, you take care of your shit and it's gonna last. Got me some super duper fancy hood ornaments. Oh no. That must have been when I wrecked it. What else? That's about it. I mean, I love it. The only thing I wish I would have saved up and maybe gotten like a Wolf Warrior or a 011X. I was kind of intimidated. This is my first scooter, and I wasn't sure how I'd like it, how it would handle for me, if it would work for me. Unfortunately, due to my accident, I lost an eye. I was saving up some cash for a motorcycle, and I didn't feel comfortable with that, and I had the itch, and I had to spend the money on something. I was going nuts at home, feeling sorry for myself with one eye, so went down a rabbit hole, and I found this bad boy on YouTube. So that's why she's in my life. I guess that's about it, you know. Super easy, quick little review. Any questions, let me know. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you next time.